Angie, as you know, any big company that's established a brand and wants to go national with it thinks, well, all you need is one coast-to-coast branding image. Of course, the country has become greatly homogenized, but it may be that when it comes to how we respond to branding images, regionalism may still matter. The book, Speak American 2, argues for brand specificity, at least in the American Heartland, which is where 60% of consumers reside. It was written by Paul Jankowski. He runs the agency New Heartland Group right there in the heart of the Heartland, Nashville, Tennessee. And the map on the cover shows pretty clearly the outline of the heartland of this country. So, Paul, how did this come to you that what resonates with consumers in L.A. and New York may fall flat in Peoria and Atlanta?
Hey, Bill, you know, doing business on both coasts and also being a consumer right here in the middle, I found that the messaging that's coming out of brands doesn't always connect here. That's why the title of the book is Speak American, which just means to be culturally relevant when you communicate with us in the middle.
All right, so you have to think of the culture and not just look at the demographic, then, of the heartland.
Couldn't say it better myself, Bill. Actually, this is a cultural segment. And when you're looking at it from a branding perspective, we look at lots of times how to brand to certain cultures. This is a cultural segment, a very large cultural segment, and it needs to be treated that way.
Well, what are the unique cultural aspects of the heartland?
You know, core values are not exclusive here by any stretch, but they seem to be a little bit more at the surface. So core values such as faith, not religion necessarily, community, family, those kinds of things are more at the surface. So brands need to understand where they play in buying behavior.
So is the region of the heartland the only distinct one in this country? Differences in the rest of the USA, in the East and the West Coast, the Northwest? They don't have to have special branding images for those areas?
There's nuances of all parts of this country, but if you look at the sheer number, 60% of Americans live in what I call the new heartland. The Midwest, the Southwest, and most of the Southeast makes up this cultural segment. So from a sheer number standpoint, brands should be aware of the amazing opportunity that if they just create culturally relevant messaging, they have a huge opportunity to win in what I call the new heartland.
All right, man who speaks with experience, Paul Jankowski. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.